Welcome to the 6 a.m. Club. I'm super excited for you to be here joining the 6 a.m. Club. This idea came about during my morning routine. If you have listened to my podcast where I talk about my morning routine, you know how big I am into my morning routine. I actually just released a podcast episode where I walk you through my morning routine and the 7 blocks that I've intentionally built into my morning routine. And one of these blocks is get inspired. I believe that if you start your morning inspired, you're going to feel so much more productive and full of energy during the day. And it's going to inspire you to show up as a better version of yourself. And that is really what inspired me. Every day, I randomly pick a quote and I think about what this quote is telling to me that day and how can I implement what I've learned from that quote into my day. And I thought, why not do this with other people? I'm doing it for myself. I'm seeing great value. I'm seeing how it's really inspiring me, how I've become a better version of myself by applying what I'm taking away from this daily quotes. And that inspired me to start the 6 a.m. Club. And I want to start by saying thank you for joining. Thank you for trusting that this can help you too feel inspired and start your day inspired. So, this is what you can expect from the 6 a.m. Club. Every day at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to release a new episode of the 6 a.m. Club that only you that are subscribed to the 6 a.m. Club are going to be able to listen to. And every day, I'm going to be sharing a random quote, talking about how that quote speaks to me, and putting out a call to action, an invitation for you to do something with that quote that day. So you feel inspired, but not only inspired, but actually that inspiration translates into action. Because I firmly believe that change and growth can only happen through action. Knowing is not enough. We used to believe that knowledge was power. The truth is, it's not true. The truth is that only applied knowledge is power. And that's what I want to give you in the 6 a.m. Club, the opportunity to get inspired, to take action so you can thrive every day of your life and hopefully make 2022 your best year ever. So let's dig into today's quote. Today's podcast is going to be slightly longer because of all this introduction, but every day, my goal is to keep this to around 5 minutes, something that you can quickly listen to while you're driving to work, while you're getting dressed, while you're drinking your cup of coffee in the morning, something that is easy for you to listen and automatically feel inspired. So today's quote says, I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Let me read it one more time. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Here's the first thing that comes to my mind when I read this quote, and that is the 90-10 principle, right? 10% is what happens to us, 90% is how we react to what happens to us. This is a well known principle. You probably have heard about it before. If you listen to the Leading Yourself podcast, I've talked about this principle before. You cannot control the things that are happening around you and to you. You can't control the traffic. You can't control the weather. You can't control that someone was late or what other person did or didn't do. But you can always control how you react to those things. And how you react to those things is really going to determine the output. It's not the circumstances, but how you react to those circumstances. There is a story about a man that had an important meeting at work, and he was at home having breakfast, and one of his kids spilled the coffee on his shirt. And he was so mad at his kid, and he spent maybe 10, 15 minutes like bitching about the situation, complaining how this is ruining his day and he's going to be late for his meeting. And then he got changed, and then he got trapped into traffic and he started bitching about it. And eventually he didn't make it on time to his meeting, and his day was ruined. It wasn't the coffee that spilled in his shirt or the traffic that ruined his day. It was his reaction to these things that ruined his day, because he was from the very early in the morning on a negative space in his head. And he was only seeing negative things around him and wasting time complaining versus taking action. The same man, different day, same situation. His son spills the coffee. He quickly says, "It's okay, don't worry, I need to run," goes, gets changed, get to work. He avoided the traffic because he left 5 minutes earlier and he was able to avoid the traffic. He made it on time to his meeting and he had a very successful meeting. Why? Because the way he reacted to the things that happened to him, because of the mindset that he adopted as a result of what happened to him. Remember, 90% is how you react to the situation. The situation only accounts for 10% of what the output is going to be. So let me read you one more time today's quote, and then I'll share with you a call to action. Our quote today is, "I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination." My call to action to you today is to do just this. Next time that something comes your way, that the wind blows in a certain direction, adjust your sails. Get in control on how you react to the things happening to you and around you, and stay positive. Take action, and you'll see that right away, those things that seem to be negative turn into positives. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you again for joining the 6 a.m. club. I will see you here tomorrow for another quote, more inspiration, and another call to action to get you inspired, excited, energized, and going with your day. See you tomorrow.